Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV's church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Clovis, special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
Hey, everybody. We're going to talk about Beyonce. Listen, it's not even Beyonce. It's Alexandra. That is Matthew Knowles' baby mama. Listen, I'm going to talk about this topic and a whole nother kind of dynamics than what a lot of people are talking about. I'm going to read the article that says they did an interview with her, and we're going to give some scenarios on this. I invite you to join the chat. I'm going to drop the link so you can come on channel, while we live, and let's have an open dialogue and an open conversation about this. I'm going to play my commercials so that you'll know the other shows that I have on my channel. And after the commercials, we're going to be right back to talk about this story that is trending now. So y'all hang in there. We'll be right back after these commercials.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.
All right, everybody. Hello, and welcome to the Juice Radio and Talk Show. Listen, let's have an in-depth conversation about this latest story that's going around, mentioning Beyonce's name. Yes, Beyonce's name is coming back up. But this time, you guys, I'm going to be in defense of Beyonce. Yes, I'm going to side with Beyonce on this, but let's go ahead and have the conversation anyway. A lot of you know that this story is going around right now. Miss Alexandra Wright. Okay, see her in the top corner there. She is the woman who was dating Beyonce's dad. And a lot of people are saying she is the reason for the breakup between Tina Knowles and Matthew Knowles. Well, she has a son out of this relationship. And there's an article that is going around now. The U.S. Sun has this article. And I want to have a discussion on this because what's happening in this story is they're saying that Alexandra is saying that she is upset because her son wants to have a relationship with Beyonce. However, the mother of the young man, he's 13 years of age now, the mother of him is saying that she's upset and sad because Beyonce does not want to have a relationship with her son because this is her brother. and half brother, and she feels as though Beyonce should have a relationship with him. Now, let me tell you this, guys. This is being seen on two different scopes, okay? As a mother, you do want your children to know their siblings, and I get that. Um, but we also have to understand, women, that when you choose men to father a child with, the way you choose them will oftentimes have a position in your life as to how they would really be in your life. Okay. So here's the thing. Hey, Fifi, how you doing, girl? Thank you for being here. Hey. Listen, so here's the thing. Let me just read this article real quick. And as I read through this article, we're going to have a conversation. Okay. So let me go ahead and get this article pulled up here. Let me add this to the screen so y'all can see this, because this is a lot. I don't know. I kind of think that the mother really, I don't know if she's interested in the kid having a relationship with the siblings, because a lot of people, I've been watching this video and a lot of commentators have been speaking on this. And they're like, well, if the mother is wanting him to have a relationship with his sister Beyonce, why hasn't she mentioned Solange's name? And I would ask the same question. Why in the interview did you not mention Solange's name? Why would you not mention where Solange lives? Because in this interview, in this article, it states that that this woman is only talking about one sister. You're only bringing up Beyonce's name. So it kind of makes me think, if you're only bringing up one person's name, are you really interested in all the other siblings? The other sibling. This is a hard one. All right, let's go ahead and get this pulled up here, you guys. All right, so here's the article. Here's the article here. Here's the article. It's from the U.S. Sun. From the U.S. Sun. And you guys, look at the title. The title alone is like, wow. It says, "Breaking My Soul: Inside Beyonce's Relationship with a Strange Brother Who Lived in Trailer 10 miles from Star's Mansion." Y'all, these editors and writers, they be so messy. It says, when Beyonce collects the keys to her new $157 million Malibu mansion, she will not be short of celebrity pals to call on. And it goes on to talk about who's over there with her. Now, here is the photo here of Alexandra. This is Alexandra Wright, and this is her son here. This is her son, Nixon. All right. Alexandra and her son, Nixon. Now, people have a whole lot to say about this. And I'm going to say this off the top. Again, like I said, women, when you choose to have these men, now Alexandra even says in the article that Matthew was married, but she says they weren't in like a good relationship. Women, when you are choosing these men, you have to know that this will come back and somehow bite your butt. And I just don't think that women should do that. I think that if you want to date a man, thank you, Holy Spirit, that you need to wait until that man is a whole divorce, not a piece of divorce. There's too many pieces. Wait until there's a whole divorce before you go and get into a full relationship. Because stuff like this happens. And there was a lot of conversations about Alexandra when all of this happened, about, why was she really with Matthew and so forth. And there was so much going on. The two did separate. She did go to court for Matthew to pay child support and was awarded that child support. I did read an article that Matthew was able to go to court, I think it was sometime later, and get the amount reduced. So her child support amount was reduced. And Alexandra, I guess, was claiming allegedly that it was not enough money when she got the reduction in child support for her to be able to afford where she was living and so forth. So there's this article that she spoke about, and she says that she was placed out of the home where she was. She was placed out. So let me read this article to you here. It says here, It says here, but one person unlikely to be invited over is the billionaire's 13-year-old half brother Nixon. Now, that part right there, why didn't you say anything about the father? Why you just automatically just go to the billionaire's 13-year-old, the billionaire, and the 13-year-old wants to have a relationship with the 13-year-old? You guys, the mother to me is still trying to stay in the family for the money side of it. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like that to me. I don't get it. Hey, Aaron. Hey, thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Reminding everybody to click that subscribe button and that like button. Thank you so much. I don't like that. This whole story is just a mess. Fifi, how you doing? She's out. Everything is doing well, Fifi. Everything is well. Thank you so much. Aaron says, just getting done work, just saying hi before I have to travel home. Okay, be safe going out there, Aaron. Thank you so much. Be safe. Fifi asked this question. Anytime the sentence starts with, he is married, but sis, he's not single. Right. He's married, but that but means you need to get your butt to another property or another house or somewhere and find you another man. That's what that but means, Fifi. No. Y'all, that's not what y'all need to be doing. I'm going to drop this link if you guys want to join me on panel and have this chat too. Let's go ahead and let me read some more of this article. It says, hardworking single mother, Alexandra Wright, who had her son with Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, was forced to move into a mobile home with the lad when she went bankrupt in 2014. Alexandra, you're not the only one who's had to live in a mobile home. Let's just put that out there. There are a lot of women and men who's went bankrupt. You're not the only one who went bankrupt either. So let's not be like this pity party. There's other people who have been bankrupt as well. So you don't have to, act as though she's the only one. Hey, Light of the Leo, how you doing?
Hello. So happy to be here to have this conversation.
Girl, I know. We just getting into the article where we're talking about Alexandra Wright, the mother of the 13-year-old little Nixon, is saying that she was forced to move into a mobile home when he was, when she went bankrupt in 2014. She's not the only one who had to live in a mobile home.
Yeah, there's so many things that are negative in this area, from being with a married man all the way to naming the child Nixon. Why you named the child Nixon?
Ooh.
Now, I would love to know the backstory of that, but we're not going to get down on the boy because his mama, named him something weird or different. Just different. I guess she thought it was okay. I'm gonna leave that alone. Anywho,
I know.
The reason why, and I think she may be surprised that she is getting not no one cares, and this is because of her actions.
Yeah, it's because that's the thing, Light of the Leo. That's the thing that I was really wanting people to understand when you go into this. Now, of course, we all know Matthew Knowles was the man back in the day. He was the money man. He had the golden child. He had the golden child. And and she even says in this article, she knew he was married, trying to say that he was going through a rough time, but you knew he was married. And you enjoyed those luxuries while you had it. And then this is where he came down and didn't have all those luxuries no more. And
yeah, this is yet another reason why it's really difficult to care. It's really difficult to have any kind of mercy or feel sorry for her, because she knew what she was doing, and we can see what she was doing. That's what makes it even worse. And after you disrespect, after you help your friend, I guess, disrespect his wife and family. Now we're surprised that all of a sudden the reasons why he has the money that he has is no longer wanting to help him make money.
Well, so, actually, he's gonna have a hard time helping her anyway because he's remarried. You guys, he has remarried.
Yeah, but even the main reason why he had that much money is because he was Beyonce's manager, a Destiny's Child manager. Right. So once that flew out the window, his streams of income went down considerably. That's why
Yes.
they had to have everything appealed and looked at again, because his income drastically changed after he was, in my opinion, fired from being Beyonce's. And
Yeah.
I know Beyonce did not talk a whole lot about the issue, but she has a song called Ring Off that's pretty much like dedicated to her mother and what she went through.
Yeah.
And it's like we understand why you would stand in solidarity, because you couldn't even do right by her by just letting your wife go and being
Mm,
done with the relationship and then doing everything in a different way. But the one thing that keeps on getting me, and I'm sorry I'm being long-winded, the one thing that gets me is that they're asking, why does a Beyonce want a relationship with her half brother, or he wants to know why. Maybe his mother needs to talk
right.
to him and tell him how he became um, Nixon in this world.
Well, you better come on and tell him. Hey, Cece. Hey, Gladys. Thank you for being here. Yes. I don't even know, even if she did have that conversation with him, still, that does not mean that Beyonce or Solange are ready to have that relationship with him,
Exactly.
because you don't know how much of the hurt that probably caused him. And being that this thing happened in the public view,
Yes.
this whole thing happened in the public view before this young man was birthed. And so that shame, that embarrassment, that humiliation,
Yeah.
all of that pain is probably still there. And now that this story is coming up again, it's probably is like, okay, now here we go again. And this is right off the heels of us just having this story about Jay-Z and the young man that says that Jay-Z is his alleged dad.
People really coming out the woodwork for him. We should, you know, I once again, I won't believe any of that until we see some actual evidence of that. We can't really roll with that.
I
But
know.
this is why I say that Nixon and his mother needs to have the conversation, because he needs to get to a space to understand what his mother did and the effects of what his mother did, and
Okay.
how anybody would feel a way that you are the result of a situation
Yes.
that negatively affected her life
Yes.
and negatively imploded things in her life.
A mess. Hey,
Her
Valerie,
own.
how you doing? Hello, Valerie. Thank you so much for being here.
Hello. But
Yes.
yes, it's just really sad, and for the mother to push this kind of a story just for her and him to get. I know some people are dragging him out there. Just
Yeah.
to open yourself up to ridicule. And once again, if people truly felt sorry, they would have been talking about this when he was born.
Oh, hey, Latoya. She's saying hello,
Hello.
everybody, and hello, hello, hello. Listen, here's the other thing. I wish she would have maybe just let it go, because nobody was really talking about it. Nobody was having the conversation about it, because she's saying that, her son is a very shy young man. He's very, introverted and stuff like that. But I'm going to read some more of this article, and then we're going to talk, because I had so much to say about this article. And a lot of people were talking about this video. A lot of bloggers and people were talking about this. And the way I was listening to some of it, I was thinking that she was still homeless, but she's not. She's got a 5-bedroom home. According to this article, I'm going to go ahead and read it. So Latoya says, hump a whole day, Jennifer, and I still don't have my usher bag, arms folded and mouth poked out.
Well,
Child.
Latoya, just to answer that, I need you to remember that she has Tyrone. You barking up the wrong tree, sis.
Gladys says, shouldn't the father need to talk about it? Well, let's talk about that. Now, the father, from what I'm understanding, reading some of these articles, allegedly the father does not have anything to do with the young man either. Now, I have a whole problem with that.
Of
I do have
course.
a whole problem with that part. However, mothers, I want you to understand that sometimes you create these boundaries where the fathers don't not say that they don't want to spend time with their kids, but they have a hard time spending time with their kids because you're creating boundaries that they have a hard time penetrating. As far as what I'm really saying is, mothers, stop making it hard for these dads to see their kids. If that's his case, it may not be his case. He may just not want to have any dealings. But I'm kind of thinking that there may be some friction there with the mother, where maybe Matthew is not seeing the kid. Now, if that's not the case, Matthew, as a man, you do need to spend time with this son that you helped to create. You do need to spend time with him. But if you're not, and she's not blocking you, and she's not, giving you a hard time, then why aren't you spending time with him? That will come back on Matthew.
Yeah, I believe that he doesn't spend time because he's just a reminder of how everything fell apart.
But he's the one that built that house. You got to stick, even if he don't have a relationship with the mother, you still can have that relationship with the son.
But you got to realize, Regina, this is the thought process of somebody that is matured, that is centered, grounded, and I don't believe these are kind of thoughts that he has. I think he'd rather run away from the issues that he have in his life. If anybody needs to be in Nixon's life, it needs to be his father. Y'all can look at his siblings on another day. Let's start there. His
Well, that's
father.
what we're saying. Yeah, the father needs to be in his life. Absolutely, the father needs to be in his life. Absolutely. I think the father needs to be there. Let me read this other part of this article. It says today she, meaning Alexandria, today she reveals that Nixon asked, why doesn't that person love me? Now, that person they're talking about is Beyonce. And I question, why is he so focused on Beyonce and not Matthew?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this really Nixon's words, or is this Alexandria's words? Are these her words, or are these really his words? Then she says she also tells how she has broken down and cried while listening to one of the megastar's songs, which she believes relates to Matthew leaving the singer's mother, Tina, which led to him dating Alexandria. I believe that's the song that you were probably talking about, Light of the Leo.
And it was even one of her bigger songs. Like, okay.
And he says, it's an exclusive interview. In an exclusive interview, businesswoman Alexandra, 52, says if you listen to Ring Off, it's the story. So that's what she's saying. If you listen to Ring Off, it's a story. She said, it's not for me, but I know the timing. I was inside. And when I listen to it, I have goosebumps and tears. It makes me cry for them because everyone is in pain and there has been so much sadness. Well, you should have been thinking about Tina's sadness when you were sleeping with her man.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. She tried to put herself in all the pain. Girl, you were helping to cause the pain. Now I do understand that if it wasn't her, it would have been somebody else. Let's be real. But still, you stood up in that and you did what you did.
Right. You did that, girl. You did that. And also, the story goes on to say, it says here, of the singer not seeing the half brother, she adds, Beyonce is a billionaire and just bought the most expensive house in California, 10 miles from where we live. Now, Alexandra, what is Matthew's address? Where does he live? How far is he from you? Because you got Beyonce on 10 miles. Where is Solange? How far away is she from you? Why are we checking for Beyonce like this?
Yeah,
in this whole article, I don't even think that they mention, Matthew. Go ahead, Light of Leo.
And that's what I believe, or that's where she kind of shows her true standings. She's not concerned about having relationships with each other. She wants to be seen. That's all that is. If she put something out again about Matthew Knowles, no one would pay any attention to her. And now we're giving her what she wants, now that she's mentioned the name of Beyonce. For her sounding so stupid. This is ridiculous.
She said, but no, there has not been any contact. The pain still needs to heal. My main concern has dealing with a child that asks, why doesn't that person love me? now that this is the second time she done said this in this article. Why doesn't that person love me? You are so focused on the celebrity person, because so many other people have said this. So many people have said, well, what if Beyonce was a regular, somebody who worked in the a grocery store or a regular job and wasn't a celebrity? Would it be this push? Would this article be here saying, why doesn't that person love me? Or is it simply only because Beyonce is what she says, the
It's
billionaire?
Beyonce. That's all that is.
Right. And this is what is so sad. It's like, okay, you were in with Matthew. You had that rich lifestyle then. It is now gone. You have to go to work like all of us have to do. And unfortunately, if Beyonce does not want to have a relationship with him right now, you can't tell the boy that it's his fault. You need to tell the son that it's your fault. Mommy did something that she should not
Let's
have
be
done.
real.
That's right. Just be honest. Mommy did something she should not have done. And so, unfortunately, right now, it's going to take some time. We won't say never, but right now, it's going to take some time.
Plenty of time.
Yes. Valerie says, doesn't he have a little girl also? I never knew he had a son also. There is another story out there about allegations about another young lady that has a child. And that young lady was like, listen, she was just going to go ahead and get her money. She wasn't even waiting for Matthew. She continued to work and take care of her child. Allegedly, that is his child, because there's still allegations out there and so forth. But I did read that article that Matthew allegedly had another child. But that young lady was an entrepreneur, and she was just doing her own thing. She was like, I'm not waiting on him for anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there's that allegation that's out there. Gladys says, I think it's about money and not the relationship with the son. That's
Absolutely.
what I actually think the same thing, that it's about money. And it's so sad because she's not the only woman that does this.
Yes.
Has done this. And that's the part that I want to talk about. And I'm so glad that you, as a married woman, Light of the Leo, is on here with me today. Me as a married woman. Our husbands are entrepreneurs. They're businessmen. Let me tell you, my husband, when he makes his millions or billions, we just gonna claim it.
Of
when
course.
he makes it, if some woman come, no, I'm not even gonna speak that, because that's not gonna happen. We just gonna stick to Beyonce. The guy ain't gonna happen to mine. But in a relationship, you're gonna try and comfort somebody's husband and then think that you're gonna force her children to have a relationship with your child because you broke.
That ain't it.
No.
Because think about it. If Beyonce decided within her shondo that she is going to go forward with having a relationship, think about it. It's like, she has all this money. She'd be inviting him into her circle, vacations, all that stuff. I believe she thinks that, she'd be able to get some kind of monetary assistance with her son if that came to be. And I just think all of it is just crazy. We see her for who she is.
Yeah, we see Alexandra. And here's the thing. Latoya said it sounds like it's the mom's world.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he call his sister that woman? Ooh, good observation, Latoya. She said, sounds like Matthew doesn't fool with her because of her shenanigans, which has trickled down to Nixon.
Hey, quick
So
question.
sad.
Did she mention Beyonce's name at all in his?
I did not see her name mentioned anywhere in this article, but I'm gonna read the rest of it. Let me go.
There's a chance that she might have maybe like a she could get sued if you say her name.
Who, Beyonce's name?
Yeah, there's a big chance, because if you're trying to get the name out there, you would say the name, but I don't think she said the name because she ain't trying to get sued.
Well, she probably could. So let me read some more of this article. So I read and I did not see her trying to be like she wants to have this relationship. But anyway, it says, but there's been no contact. The pain is still needs to heal. My main concern has dealing with a child that asks, why doesn't that person love me? It's a very human story. And I sit in the bathroom and cry sometimes because I just don't know how to help him be his own person.
Yeah.
Now that part right there, you don't know how to help him be his own person. Who filled his head with who his sisters were?
There you go.
Who filled his head with all of that? So why are you having a hard time having your son to become his own person. Let me just continue to read. But I believe our children and grandchildren will be much better human beings than we are. Now, look, when I saw this part, you guys, I was like, oh, it sounds to me like she plotting.
Mm-hmm.
She says, because I believe our children and our grandchildren will be much better human beings than we are. They have Snapchat and all that. And I think they will find a way to open up and have that conversation. So to me, it sounds like she's like, okay, well, my son is going to find a way to have a conversation with Blue Ivy and the other kids.
Oh, child.
That's the way it sounded like to me when I read that. So then she goes on to say, sitting down with Alexandra and her son, it's hard to imagine they are related to the jet set pop star 41 and her rapper husband, Jay-Z. This is the person who's writing the article. And then they go on. That's why I said these people in these articles, they
You
so
still didn't say Beyonce's name, huh?
that this is the article. The article. It says
Oh,
Beyonce is estimated to be worth nearly 400 million billion. I don't know how much this is in euros. It said her husband's wealth could be as much as so many billions. The mother of three, Beyonce has a fortune from releasing 7 albums and 83 singles, blah, blah, blah. But this is Beyonce's money. That's Beyonce's money. That is not his money. And then it says here, it says about she was giving a $50,000 Barbie doll for her birthday, and has all this other stuff is talking about for, the kids and all this stuff. And then it says Nixon, his son, most treasure possession include a Nintendo Switch game system. So you're still trying to make him feel like, like he's like so broke. But there's some kids that don't even have that, Nixon. Okay. So be grateful, Nixon. It says he enjoys cooking HelloFresh meals and playing basketball in the park. I wish I
HelloFresh meals.
I wish I could afford some HelloFresh meals.
Oh, okay.
So you ain't doing too bad, Nixon.
You apparently all right, but it must not be according to what his mother is saying. And this is the son that has had this article.
The mother did this article, and she's talking about the son. This is her.
No, I mean the article, like the newspaper it came from. This was the name of this. Is it called The Sun?
Yes, it's called the U.S. Sun. SUN.
Yeah.
U.S. Sun.
Yeah, that's one of those tabloids from across the pond.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And this is where everybody's getting all this information from. It also says that while his clothes are often bought from the U.S. version of a discount store, like TJ Maxx, that's not a problem. And then it talks about comparing her properties and all that. It says, yet Alexandra was briefly left without a roof over her head in 2014 when she was bankrupt by a court battle with Beyonce's dad over child support. Now wait. They didn't even say over Matthew. They said Beyonce's dad. This is a whole mess. Over child support that cost her $250,000.
And whose fault is that? I mean, it's difficult to care because these are the positions that you put yourself into. And now you have a son, whether, you put the words in his mouth or not, that will not have an opportunity to truly get to know his siblings because of what you've done.
Right. Light of the Leo, Latoya said, great point, Jennifer. And Aaron said, very interesting, Jennifer. Hey, Rawlreen, thank you for being here. He said Beyonce is a queen. Okay, go ahead, Beyonce fans. Come on, I love it. Thank you so much. And there's another young lady I missed up here. I love giving shout outs to everybody that takes the time to put comments in. Recognize them. Altruism. Thank you so much. Beautiful name. She said Beyonce is a queen. Thank you so much. Let's get this comment. Valerie says maybe Beyonce would have reached out, but this stunt may have ruined that possibility.
Valerie, you just said something right there. Because if she wasn't involved in messery, if she did not push to try to make sure that they have some kind of relationship, there could have been some moments of, you know what? It's not this boy's fault. She hasn't been acting crazy. Maybe we can look into something. But I feel every chance that what's his name? Nixon. Lord have mercy. Every chance that Nixon could have possibly had in the future of creating some kind of a relationship with his siblings has been flushed down the toilet by his mother.
The mother, she's
And
doing it again. Yeah.
it would be better if she had constantly put out Matthew Knowles' name instead of trying to bring in Beyonce and what she is or isn't doing for her son. It's never going to look good.
That's right. That's right. I agree. Also, it said Valerie says, Fifi said, Valerie agree. You catch more bees with honey. Yes, sir. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? Thank you for being here. And Gladys said, to be honest, it is up to Beyonce to have relationships. Absolutely.
Yes.
And you can't keep trying to force somebody to have a relationship with the child. And yes, they are related as far as because they are step siblings. But the way it all came about is an issue. So Latoya says, did y'all read about the 5 new charges of Cheryl Strawberry's husband? I've heard about that, and I'm getting some information on that. I saw something about that today. Rollium says, Beyonce is the biggest star in the world. She's going to have things made up about her left and right. Don't believe anything you read on the internet. Well, this is nothing made up. This is her step sibling. And I just don't think that Beyonce should be forced to have a relationship with this young man. I don't think that, even Jay-Z, even, her kids, I don't think her kids should even be forced to have a relationship with this young man. That has to be between her and Jay-Z and also Solange, because Solange is not part in any of this. It also says, talking about that, Alexandra, she sought assistance from a homeless charity and was forced to move into a 2-bedroom trailer before her friend and actress Shar Jackson took her in. Well, thank you that, you got a friend, Shar Jackson took you in. And it says that it was not until 2017 that she was able to return to renting her own apartment. Now, Alexandra, there are some people that have gone more than 3 years without having a place to stay. So you doing it in 3 years, be grateful. I think the writer of this article wanted us to feel so bad for Alexandra, but you really, really can't, because again, she got herself in this water.
Exactly. And I know a lot of people either believe in karma or you getting your comeuppance and things of that nature. But, I always have felt that when people do you wrong, they basically get introduced to their own personal hell. And she got every bit of it for what she did.
Yep. But get this, a lot of people were talking as though she was still, out here on the streets, or she was still out here. That's kind of some of the things I was getting from some of the bloggers. And so that's why I like pulling up the articles myself and reading them thoroughly through, because this article goes on to say, earlier this year, Global Collective CEO Alexandra moved into a 5-bedroom house in one of LA's suburbs. So y'all start feeling sorry for her if you weren't feeling sorry.
I don't feel sorry for her.
Cheap. That's over $1 million for her to be living in that kind of area. She is not doing bad. She is all right. Her and her son and whoever she want to deal with in the future, they can go ahead and have happy lives. But the sins of the mother have so sullied any kind of relationship that he could have with his siblings.
There you go. Hey, Dustin, how you doing? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. What's your thoughts on this story?
I don't feel bad for her. I think she's getting what she deserves, to be honest with you. I don't feel bad for her. Why should you feel bad for her? She's getting what she deserves. I don't feel bad for her.
That's right. That's right. And the story goes on to say she drives an old regular car that pales in comparison to Beyonce's convertible Rolls Royce. She drives a car. You know how many people are not driving a car? We don't feel sorry.
I don't drive a car. I don't drive a car.
But see, this is the problem. Why are we comparing this woman to Beyonce? Beyonce has done her work and she has become a whole entire star. You are not anybody to compare her to. This doesn't make any sense, but whatever. God bless them.
That's right. That's right. So, it also says in the article that she knew that he was married. It says there were talks about them the dad being fired allegedly from Beyonce and them, and all this stuff about money and all this stuff, allegations about money. I'm kind of thinking was Matthew kind of taking some of Beyonce and their money and taking care of Alexandra back in the day? Maybe that's why they were like, no, we gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. But if you guys want to read the article, it's in the Sun Entertainment. I'll go ahead and drop the link so y'all can read it for yourself if you want to read it.
I already seen it from the Sun. I seen it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was back then during Destiny's Child times and stuff like that. There was some concerns of money possibly not being allocated as it should be, allegedly. So that's something that they have been saying as well. But yes, when things seemed off and things went off the rails, Beyonce let go of her father as her manager.
What would you say to women nowadays who are doing this kind of stuff? I mean, when I read this article, you guys, you know who I immediately started thinking of?
Who's that?
Serena's dad. Serena and what's the other tennis star? What's her name? Light of Leo, Venus and Serena's dad. Y'all know he had a little situation there too. I immediately went to thinking about that, and that situation went really bad. But you guys, when you're out here and these women, they know what they're doing. She knew who Matthew was. She wanted to get to come up. She got to come up, but as you get to come up, then you have to be prepared for the come down. And now I think that she is trying to get back in with the family. But you can't force that on Beyonce. That's not Beyonce's child. Beyonce has no responsibilities to have any relationships with that child. And you continuing to force and try to force him to have a relationship is like Light of Leo said, just going to push it even further away.
That's just going to push him further away. Yeah, that's going to push him further away if you force him to have a relationship with somebody that don't want to. So
yeah,
that's just going to push it further away. So.
And I hope the young man does see some of these stories because it's out here all on social media. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I want the young man to have a real in-depth conversation with his mom if he hasn't already had that in-depth conversation. And
I have a feeling already that he's already had that conversation. To a certain degree.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a lot. Look,
it's very saddening to it's very sad. In my opinion, it's very sad to see what's going on in this time right now.
It is. Latoya said, "Why she need 5 bedrooms?" That part. Why do you need 5 bedrooms? See, she's getting herself right back in debt.
Yeah.
Right back.
She likes to live the way she lives.
How are you going to get out? How are you going to get out when you just put yourself right back into it?
That's it. Putting yourself right back into it. James Hudson. Hey, James. Thank you for being here. James said, Kiki's baby daddy, mama shared her. Now people are trying to mama shame Matthew's baby mama. She doesn't deserve this. Kiki's baby daddy.
Now, just to clarify, nobody is mama shaming anybody in this moment in time. But
facts are the facts.
The facts, the things that happened are what happened, okay? So as far as we know, Kiki did not cheat on anybody's husband or help cheat to conceive her child. She was with her man, not somebody else's husband. Okay, so Kiki has no right in this moment here. But as far as shaming anybody, it has nothing about being a mother.
If anything, she's doing that to herself.
Exactly.
Story available to do that for herself. She was with that married man. Why don't you talk about how she shamed Tina Knowles? Why don't we talk about that if you want to talk about shaming somebody? If we talking about mamas, let's talk about all the mamas. Tina was a mama at the time too.
Yeah, the brand of shame that we are touting on today is adultery shame.
Thank you. Adultery, James, adultery. She did that. And those are the stuff that she had to deal with, as well as all these other women have to deal with this stuff. Eve said the Sun should have described Nixon as Beyonce's illegitimate brother. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I get that. Thank you so much, James. We still love you though, James. You're welcome back anytime.
Mhm.
Listen, I dropped that link there for you guys to read that also. Thank you, Christy with reality with Christy Marie. Thank you. She's become our YouTube member. Hooray!
Yay!
Thank you so very much. Welcome to the club. Latoya says the father had a bunch of situations. LOL. He had quite a few of kids, outside kids. Really? I know he had two allegedly that I've heard of. Thank you so much. Thank you, Aaron. Yes, we're glad reality became a member. James said Beyonce lives in a $200 million mansion, but her brother was homeless. Make it make sense. Well, let's make it make sense, James, since you still haven't caught on yet. His mother did not work for that 200 million that Beyonce paid for that house, so that's why she's not living in the house, James.
And also here another thing here. Usually when you have children, the people that are to take care of those children are the parents,
Yeah.
and
That
Beyonce
part.
is not the parent of that child.
Yeah.
She's not, yeah. She's not the parent, James. She's not. And just because she works, it's like I work and I pay for my house. It doesn't mean that I have to pay for my brother's son's house. No.
That part. That part, Regina.
And I have a good relationship with my brother, but it doesn't mean that I have to pay for his son's house. No.
Nope. Nope.
Beyonce worked for that house. She worked for that money. And if Alexandra wants her son to have a relationship with Beyonce and Jay-Z and Solange, she's going to have to do some more soul searching and know how to really have an effective communication with all of them and not do this kind of thing that she's done. Because people would take this narrative and run all kind of sideways with it. And then it gets back to people. Reality says, "Hey, hi, Erin. I already thought I was okay." Well, you remember now. Thank you. Latoya said, "Kiki somewhere saying now how I get in this."
Okay.
Mm.
Thank you, Erin, for doing the membership. Thank you. I'm glad that's finally working. Thank you. You guys can become members now. Thank you so much, Erin. Says Erin is a member as well.
How much does it cost for the membership?
It's like 4 tiers. I think they're very small amounts you can start with, and then they go up depending on the tier amount. I love it though, but I wasn't sure if it was already started, but I see that it is now because they're doing it. So Latoya says, I'm talking about the Williams sisters, Dad.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to do it. I tried to do it a while ago, and it wouldn't work for me. So I'll try again.
Yeah, it's probably working now. It's working now. Latoya said, Auntie Juice, you got 5 on my house. I think Light of the Leo's gonna put 5 on that.
I don't remember agreeing to that.
Hey, Naughty Love, how you doing? Beautiful. Naughty, I want to hear, if you're available, I want to hear your thoughts on this. I know you went live earlier. I was in the car, but I want to hear your thoughts on Beyonce. Fifi said, Juice, your title says it all. Beyonce is not the father. Yes.
That's
And
it.
I purposely put that on there because she's not. This lady act like she going after Beyonce for this child support she's not getting from the daddy, which is Matthew.
Mhm.
You need to just go with Matt. And then here's the other thing. She was getting child support from Matthew, or was it on hold or what? Because it said in the article that she was receiving some form of child support, I believe. Hey, Naughty.
Hey everyone.
Hi, Naughty.
Hello,
Hi.
Naughty.
How's everybody doing this evening?
We're doing
Girl,
good.
we're doing
I'm
all
doing
right.
good.
My
We
blood
doing
pressure
better.
up just a little bit because of this woman, but we living.
Hey Toya. Oh, this is side chick behavior, okay? Like this is the result of an affair. This is why you need to close your legs to married men, because you end up with the short end of the stick. Now,
Yes,
it is not Beyonce's responsibility to build that relationship with her brother. Matthew should have thought about that before he had an affair on Tina. Not once, but twice. This is the second child. Okay. Now, whether she wants a relationship with that child, that is her choice. It's her choice. I'm not saying it's right, but it's her choice. And I know a lot of people that think about that. And when you're growing up thinking that your parents' marriage is seamless, right? And it blows up in your face because your father's, bed hopping around and things like that. I would think that would give me a little bitter taste in my mouth, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll find it in her heart to reach out one day, but that is for Beyonce to do on her own terms if that's what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think she needs to share with her children who they family are. You know what I mean? So they don't end up dating one another. You already know it's a small community. Just let them know.
She did say she used to live only 10 miles down the road.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's the most they deserve. At least know who they are. Now, as far as a relationship, that's a whole nother story.
That's a whole nother story for another day. But this is what happens when you decide, because she knew, everybody knew Matthew was married. Okay, it was not a secret. He was a public figure, and this article right here was a money grab. But you see how Miss Tina Knowles sidestepped it with her burglary. Okay, oh no, side chick, you go back in your corner. This is Beyonce internet. Okay.
So Naughty, you saying that this story came up and Tina Knowles was like, oh no, Alexandra, you would not have this internet spotlight. Let me tell y'all about this robbery. They got me for $1 million.
Now we know Miss Tina Knowles got all the security in the world, okay? But she said, side pieces, go back in your corner. This is Beyonce internet.
Oh my goodness, Naughty is the best. Latoya, how you doing, girl? Latoya, are you there? Okay, we'll wait until she gets it up. So Gladys says Beyonce is not her brother's keeper. That's right. And Naughty said in the crew, Beyonce is not the father.
Absolutely.
She's not. So here's the thing. Oh, Aaron said, doesn't I have tried before? This is the first time it has worked. Yeah, I think they just put the memberships on there, you guys. I think they just
That's awesome.
Yeah, they just put it on there. But you guys, again, Beyonce, if she chooses to have a relationship, she chooses to have a relationship. But again, lady, Alexandra, you did this to yourself and you also did it to your son. You cannot think that your son is going to be exempt from the punishments and things that you did. You did this. And because you did this, unfortunately, your son is going to have to deal with your decisions and the repercussions because of your decisions. Now, like Naughty said, should they know of who he is, Beyonce's kids? Sure, Beyonce should even know who he is. But in time, will it probably heal? Maybe so. Maybe they'll be like, listen, we only want a relationship with him, not with the mother. Maybe that may come to happen. We pray it does, but for good reasons. Don't go around Beyonce be like, your nephew needs something. He need this or he need that. Don't do that, because then everybody's going to be like, oh, we knew it. But if he wants to have a relationship, I just want to know who my siblings are. Time will eventually bring that around. There are other family members that have gone through the same thing, and their family members who did not have Beyonce's wealth, and they were still looking high and low for their family members. And when they found them and found that they were not rich, they still had good relationships with them. So, eventually time would tell. Latoya, how you doing, girl?
I just want to say my name is Latoya and my name is not Alexandra Beyonce. Don't be trying to cut me off the live. I was getting ready to say, ain't no type of Alexandria nowhere near Latoya. That ain't me.
We did not send you to the corner, girl. You sent yourself to the corner.
Oh, Lord.
That was Beyonce. Get me confused, girl. I don't even look nothing like her.
Oh,
love you, Latoya.
Hi, everybody. See, I'm gonna need Alexandria to take her and Nixon somewhere and go sit in the corner, because
the whole corner.
I need them to go sit in the whole corner and have not one seat but several, because see, Alexandra, what you thought was you was on the outside looking in and looking at Tina's life and what all she was getting, but you don't know what Tina was dealing with behind closed doors.
That's
so
right.
You was in that life, and you had a baby to try to lock him down, and you thought that baby was going to secure the coins and the man, but little did you know, he ain't want you, boo, or that baby.
See, and that's what they do. They get these men, they have them for a little bit of time, and then they feel as though, oh my goodness, I got me a good one. but you are hurting a woman, and that vengeance will come back. And
Mhm.
look how long Tina had to wait, and to see, okay, it's not going to continue to work. And I don't think that Tina was actually saying that, but when you get a man the wrong way, you probably not going to keep him. Now, what you should
Exactly.
have did is how his Matthew's new wife did. She waited. She waited and made sure he was good in divorce.
The old,
Mhm.
the old folks say the way you get them is how you lose them.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yep. Valerie says
But
Matthew knows you'll consider vasectomy and stop having babies. He has no intention of taking care of.
Then he need to take Nick Candy with him when he go.
Oh, y'all, Nick
They
but
just
I'm
Cannon.
tired of these side chicks not knowing their position. Okay, you just a good time. You just fun. He don't want nothing else with you but fun.
Yeah.
Okay, and shame on you for not protecting yourself. Okay, that's shame on you. Because a man will only do
wanted
what
that-
you allow them to do.
he
Mm,
just wanted that hot 20% she was giving. Boo, you should have known he wasn't gonna leave at 80.
mm, mm, mm. Well, I don't know, but listen, for the little Nixon, maybe eventually later on, they'll be able to have a relationship with Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and so forth, the rest of the family, Solange, and all of them. But right now, you need to tell your mama to stay off the internet.
But
Tell your
Regina,
mom to stop
in the
doing
article,
anything.
it was saying that the little boy was getting questioned or getting picked on or whatever. How do these people know that that's her brother? Because if he was to walk by
She
me in the street today, I would know who he is.
she had to say something. The mother had to say something. There's
But
no
don't
way
nobody
that
know
anybody,
the
like
little
you said,
boy.
I wouldn't know who he was.
Even after seeing the article and seeing his picture, I still would not be able to pick him out
Right.
again.
Mm-hmm. Then she said whatever they can Google, they would ask him directly, and even the grown-ups would take pictures of him, saying that, he's Beyonce's stepbrother.
She a lie and the truth ain't never.
Mm-mm-mm.
And don't they know Beyonce is busy trying to ward off all Jay-Z illegitimate children prior to their marriage? Okay, she don't have time for her daddy's side babies and stuff like that. Like, she busy. She booked and busy. She got her own problems to deal with.
That's right. It said in an article here that Nixon has never had the luxury of being a normal child. Why?
Why?
Why hasn't he not had the luxury of being a normal child? And what do you consider normal? What is normal to you? This
And
is
can I make this point? She
yeah.
want to say that she's in poverty behind not paying child support. It is also your responsibility, lady, to provide for your child. I mean, y'all weren't married. So the court is looking at both incomes, the father and the mother. So if you're in poverty, that's on you. You chose to get there. I mean, I'm not living my life off of child support. The child support is for the child, not for the adult. And that's where a lot of people get it confused because they try to live off that money. You thought you was going to get this big paycheck, but that's only contingent on him actually paying.
Yeah.
But she probably would have got the big paycheck. She had to kept her mouth closed and maintained her role in her lane. See, when you run your
Ooh.
mouth, that's when you lose your money. When you was quiet, people
Ooh.
take care of you because you was in the background.
Ooh,
Mhm.
that's something out there. The article also goes on to say being related to someone famous smothers kids like him and they lose their identity. This is all you. You've been out there saying who this kid is. And it also says they are so and so brothers or stepkids. It said it's hard for him to comprehend and he's a quiet kid and very reserved. So if he's a quiet kid and very reserved, that lets me know that you, the mom, are running your mouth out here about who he
Get
is.
like some mental health, please, because it sounds like she's trying to live through her child.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And the
Sound like
article
she's trying to come up through her child.
Yeah.
But look at this part, you guys. It says, it's hard for. It says, I tell him, fame does not equal happiness. So never covet what someone else has. Never covet what somebody else has. Girl, you did that to Tina. Then it says,
I
it
call it
says,
the pink black.
then she says, but it's hard to see people living as billionaires. Really?
They
It's not
they
hard
work
for me
for
to see
it.
Beyonce living as a billionaire. That's Beyonce money.
It didn't just fall in her lap. She had to work for it. And see, you should have waited and had your baby by Matthew after all his financial situations got taken care of, because you caught Matthew at the end when he was on his way out. They were about to be broke.
And then look, you guys, there she goes on to say this. What does that kid think when I am working 16 hours a day and trying to get accounts paid? How does it feel? It feels like every normal person that's out here working like you.
Like when
What
they're
is
supposed
wrong
to
with
work,
her?
or the way they're supposed to do things.
I know, Dustin, right? That's the thing. What do you want Beyonce to do all this stuff for your son, and you want us to feel bad because you have to work 16 hours a day? Girl, we all have to work. We working right now, trying to get these YouTube views and counts up so we can get this monetization
We're
going.
all working on this panel.
We all
Uh,
working, Dustin. And
We
so
all
what if
working.
we have to work
We all
16
working on
hours?
this panel. Might not be easy, but we do it anyway.
I'm so tired of these side chicks trying to get wife benefits. Like, know your role. And I'm gonna leave my thoughts there, Juice. Thank you so much for having me. But I'm heading to Erica Badu concert.
Ooh, the Badu.
Yeah, I'm heading down there now. It should be nice. I'm gonna put some on the channel for y'all.
I
Let me
love
know if you see Tyrone out hanging outside on the corner.
It's a whole lot of people that need to call Tyrone, child. Let me tell you.
enjoy. I'm gonna be looking for your Instagram. I definitely am, girl.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
All right,
You
thank
too.
you. So Fifi says, bless his heart, that name. I know. Look at him. Here's his picture, you guys. Here's his picture right here.
She looks like him too.
There's his picture. And she says he's 13. Listen, little Nixon, I want you to learn this. Everybody has to work. Little
That part.
Nixon, I want you to be
Virginia.
grateful. You have meals on your table, little Nixon. It does not matter who's your family member, who's not your family member. Don't let your mama fill your head with thinking that you need to be the status of somebody else, Nixon. You be your status.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. And go at your own
Did she
pace.
just become a CEO, or she's always been one?
Huh?
Did she just become a CEO, or has she always been one?
It says that she was a businesswoman all along. So I don't know what happened. You know what businesses, they go up and down. Some businesses come do good and some businesses fail. So she may have just been going through the process. She's not the only one who's done that though. There's other people
Everybody
who
else has done that as well.
Yeah. Other people have businesses and fail and come back or so forth. But listen, she just needs to get off of the Beyonce coat. Just get off of her coat. And go out there and make a life for you and your son. Stop using Beyonce's name. Stop trying to get into the gates of their house. Just stop it. Just raise your child and be happy. Just do that part. So, hey, Rod, how you doing? He says, my daughter's mother was living with me and took me to court for child support. Child, not living with you and took you to child support. That is a mess. I cannot.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That is crazy. All right, Dustin, let's get this last comment before we're out of here. Thank you for being here too, Justin. Appreciate it. I'm glad it says there are people who live with no home and be blessed. Yeah, there are people that don't have a home and be blessed.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. There's people that don't have what she has. And yet, instead of her just being grateful for what she does have, listen, your child was born healthy. Your child is very, good, and he's healthy, strong. You've got your 5-bedroom house now. You had a friend that took you in when you were homeless, allegedly what you say you were homeless. You are doing okay. Stop trying to get
as long as you're doing okay, that's all that matters.
Right. Exactly. Stop trying to get into a relationship with somebody else that does not want to have a relationship with you. And women, I want to say this.
It just makes it I didn't mean to interrupt you, but it just makes it worse when you're in a relationship that don't want somebody that don't want you nothing to do with you anyway.
Right. That's makes it even worse. And if I were her, I would not continue to have the conversations with the son about the famous family. I would just say, listen, we're going to be great. Let's go ahead and build our household.
Just do it yourself and don't talk about it. That's even better.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. To all the mothers out there, y'all are doing a fantastic job. For the people that don't want to be in your lives right now, let them go. Raise your
Yep.
children. Be happy, be loving, be kind, be considerate, and don't dwell on all the negative of people who don't want to be in your life. Let them go. And a lot of mothers out there, if you think that you can't make it without child support, you can. I'm one of the mothers that did. I
Yep.
got divorced, and my husband at the time did not pay me child support, but I still took care of my kids. I took
Yep.
care of my kids myself. I got out there and I got, to work, and
Yeah,
I
and
did
you're
not
working,
look back.
and you're still working to this day. I bet you.
There you go, Dustin, still
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
So y'all can
I
do it.
know you do
Mothers,
a hard.
y'all can do it.
I know you do a awesome job on your YouTube channel, and you keep up with it. So I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dustin. And I love that I have great people like you that join me and help me to do this so I don't have to do it alone. I really appreciate it so much. I do.
You going live again later today?
I'm actually going to go and take care of some stuff, but I am going to be doing some shows throughout the week. And I have something coming up on Friday that I'm going to be doing. So you have my link where you'll see the notification come up.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes,
Oh,
I am. I
if you
am.
drop the link, I'll join your live. So,
I love it. I would definitely
yeah.
drop that link also. Well, thank you for being here this evening.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm gonna go tonight. Diva's having another live tonight, as far as I know. So
Okay,
I'm gonna be in that. I'm gonna be on that panel tonight. So
that's right.
yeah,
Yeah, we're going to go over it.
Diva has a lot. Diva, I love Diva panel. So
Don't you love Diva? I
yeah,
love Diva. Oh, my Diva and
she's
AT2.
my my best friend since I got to know her. It's been
Yeah,
she's my best friend, so I'm always there for her on her panel, and I'm always
that's
gonna
right.
shout her out. So
That's right.
everybody in this live right now, if anybody's still here, I
Yes,
appreciate it. If Diva has a live, everybody to join the live uh,
that's right.
to try to have her views go up and her everybody hit the like button on the train. She's always
That's
saying
right.
"toot you," so everybody hit the like button. Yeah,
Everybody hit the like. And Aaron has dropped Diva's link in the comments. Y'all go over there to Diva's channel, click the link, click the notification bell. We do that. We share the platform. I even try to end some of my shows early when I know she's coming on because I like to support her as well. She's a great, great person, as well as
yeah.
AT2. Y'all check out his channel as well. Dustin, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you, everybody who is in the chat. Appreciate y'all for being here. We're going to be coming back with some more great stories. I'm getting some stuff together and putting the work in.
Did you hear about what happened to Britney Spears over the weekend?
No, what happened to her? What is she
She,
doing now?
she's things are getting crazy again. I'm not gonna say much about it because I don't know much about it, but things are getting crazy
Oh
again
my.
about her parents and her stuff. You're gonna have to look into it. I don't want to say much about it because I don't know
Okay.
much about it, but I just know things are getting crazy because I said it on the news about it last night.
Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna check it out. But we are gonna be coming up soon talking about the Amazon story and how the employees stole $10 million.
Yeah, I seen that part. I seen that, and that was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Dustin, for being here
They're
as well.
actually
We're getting
getting
ready to get out of here.
Amazon's actually getting sued right now.
Ooh, poor
For
Amazon. Poor Amazon.
Amazon's getting sued for they're not for Prime membership. They're not giving them the two. So a lot of people's not getting their package when they're supposed to. They're getting them
Oh
what?
my goodness. Oh, look at who came in. Beautiful Royer. Hey, beautiful Royer.
I think he's muted.
I think your mic is mute. There you go.
Hi, Royer.
Oh my goodness, how are you? We were just getting ready to log off. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm running to my therapy appointment. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
We're good. I can barely hear you. You sound like you're in the car.
I am. I'm on my way to therapy, so you probably can't hear me.
Okay. Hey, is Diva going live tonight? We were just saying if she's going live, we're going to head over there.
Yes, she's supposed to be going live at 8 for Love and Marriage Huntsville tonight, so hopefully that'll be up soon.
I love it.
I know she had a busy day. So it may be a little little late. But I did want to comment on this real quick. I love that you were talking about this topic. If you don't mind me just chiming in real quick.
You better go ahead and say something on this channel.
First of all, I love you. So y'all make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Love Juice Radio. This is an awesome channel, okay? Secondly, I loved your title. This is not Beyonce's child. Beyonce is not the father. Ma'am, for you to be trying to hold Beyonce responsible for something that she has nothing to do with, I mean, it's ridiculous. Secondly, Mr. Knowles has 2 daughters, Solange as well. So if you were really pressed about, you know, the whole family situation, where's the conversation as well as Solange too? I mean, I just think it was very disrespectful just to, because Beyonce has the limelight of the family, to just pinpoint all of this on Beyonce, like this is a Beyonce issue. No, you know, this man wasn't crack when you got with him because he was married to Miss Tina Knowles Lawson, and she left because he had a baby outside of their marriage. I know that there were issues outside of that, but that was the icing on the cake. How dare you, ma'am? Like, go away from us with this, Apollo. Get out of here. Scrounge up your little coins and continue to take care of this child like you've been doing. I mean, Matthew Knowles doesn't have much of anything. You know, once Beyonce found out that he was robbing her blind, you know, she had to fire him. So, you know, you made decisions based off of an individual who should have not been with someone. I ain't gonna call her what I want to call her, but you made your decisions and suffer your consequences. The fact that you're trying to put all of this on Beyonce's back is not their problem. Yes, this is their brother, but if they don't want to have a relationship with him, they are not required. And I don't ever condone that because I truly do believe in family, you know, being together and being on one accord. But when you made the decision to have a child with someone that was married and had a whole family going on, you accepted the choices that came with that, which meant this young man possibly not having a father in his life or his other family on his father's side. Point blank, period.
You said that so well too. That was, let me tell you, because she made those choices. She made those choices when her and Matthew, you know, had their breakup. That was her choice. And she have to understand that karma came back around because she broke up a home. And, you know, and that's why I try and tell women today, you've got to be very careful with how you choose these men, because if you're breaking up one home, know that stuff is going to come back on you. I'm just a firm believer in that. Just don't do
my
that.
Thing is, it wasn't like you had a relationship with Beyonce before, you know,
no.
Broke up. So what made you think what after you and Beyonce broke up?
Right. Did she have a relationship with Beyonce when she was with the daddy before? No. So, you know, and I understand if the son, but let the son and Beyonce and them and Solange and Jay-Z and all the other family members, Blue Ivy and all of them, let that time do its own thing. And she needs to just stay out of it, because all this stuff that she's doing now is pushing that time for them to get together. She's continuing to push it further apart because of these antics and stuff like this. So I believe that, you know, maybe later they may, you know, Nixon and the Beyonce and them may have a relationship. And if they don't, Nixon has to know that he's going to be okay without it.
I'll talk to my girl. You know, I'm going to see her next month. I'll be seeing her twice. So I will definitely talk to my girl B, and we'll see what she has to say. She has the final say. If she says no, then it's a strong no for us, period.
I love you, Royer.
I love y'all. Y'all, like I said, y'all hit the like button on this video, subscribe, and make sure y'all share the word of Juice Radio and Talk Show, y'all. It's amazing over here. You get a little bit of everything. You get your Jesus, you get your laugh, you get your love, and a little mess as well. So y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support. I love you. I'm gonna get off this phone because I'm going to walk into this little appointment. But I love y'all.
Love you, Royer.
I love you. Bye. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all so very much. Listen, I appreciate it. Dustin, appreciate you so much. Dustin, on the count of 3, we're going to say bye. You ready?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Bye.
Bye.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our Single Moms Club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.